Alright. I had to take a walk of utter despair. Rabbit. Cat. There's just a bit more to all this. So, yeah, we're going to go see this through, I guess. A cat, a rabbit, and an old story. I don't know what these meters mean. Okay, that's my score. That's probably my health bar. Oh, this got way harder. This suddenly got way worse. She ain't even looking at the screen anymore. That it? There's nothing? Okay, yep. Cool. Wait, there's something over here. A story from when I was in elementary school. There was a cat kept at the school. Sorry, not high school, sorry. That cat was cute and friendly. He was truly everyone's favorite. One day a rabbit came to live at the school. Somebody had picked it up in the schoolyard, and they decided to keep it in a cage at school. The rabbit looked miserable. It was wounded and ragged. It was missing an ear on one side, and for some reason tended to avoid people. The rabbit wasn't well liked by its students, and so it was always alone. cat seemed to enjoy being surrounded by people. On the other hand, not many students seemed to care about the rabbit. That's how it was treated. Well, Children have a tendency to be cruel. But I came to feel sorry for the rabbit. Being careful that nobody would see me, I sometimes went to visit it. I was really relieved every time I saw that the rabbit was alive and well. The cat and the rabbit would play with each other through the fence. I saw it many times. Although the favorite and the unpopular one were different, their relationship was good, right? At least, that's how I saw it. Got it. I no longer like what's happening. Oh, I accidentally clicked out of it. One day when going to see the rabbit, there was a previous visitor. She was a girl about the same age as me. The girl talked to the rabbit, and she gave it food. My, it was a pleasant scene. The girl was always playing with the rabbit. She played with it for what seemed like forever. I watched it all from afar. From here are things I learned later. That girl was from a different class than me. That girl was allergic to cats. That girl was always alone. Okay, can this just end, please? I don't think I'm winning this. Thank you. Level 52. Jesus Christ. Watching a girl play with a rabbit from the shadows had become a daily routine for me. That lonely girl was always stuck in my heart. That's why watching her play with the rabbit, I felt really relieved. However, we never talked to each other. I played with the cat as well. If I got too close to her, she might have a coughing fit. That's why I can only watch her from afar. Of course, I knew I was just making excuses. I simply didn't have the courage. Oh, thank God, finally. Attacked by a wild dog. That's what the teacher had said. Even though the cage had no gaps for a wild dog to slip through, the body of the rabbit whose head had been severed had been found abandoned in a corner of the schoolyard. Long afterwards, our parents told us the truth. There's another note. No more, please. That's it. That's the last end screen. Okay, that's it. That's the end of the story. Oh my God. I've been playing for almost an hour and 30. Before I noticed, the girl had stopped coming to school. The cat, too, disappeared. And all that remained in my heart were that wounded rabbit's sad last moments. And that young girl. And that's it! You know what? Okay. So there's apparently more to this goddamn game. Excuse my exasperatedness. I've been at this for too damn long. I am not going to... I do not have the time to be getting these last few secrets to this. So, let me just explain. In order for me to get everything in this game, I have to reach not only level 100 on the metsu mode, but I also need to get 100,000 points on probably like both modes to get everything. And even then, I should have gotten this text thing. There's apparently an ending. If you hit 50,000 points after getting all 6 notes in metsu mode. I haven't found anything on it. And I've tried, and I don't think I have the patience to have my years tick by trying to do that. So I'm just going to do this instead. So this is a text file I should have gotten. I think this is the only thing you get, because I think the only thing you get after beating all of after being that 50,000 points. I think the one thing you get, as I'm trying to find it, is... So apparently this is your reward for getting 50,000 points in metsu mode, I can assume. It's this whole rabbit hole I dive down doesn't really make any lick of fucking sense. I'm going to be honest, this is frustrating. I didn't expect to actually have to try to get to the end. But yeah, this is an image. Aside from the image, so I was supposed to get a text file called suicidal rabbit diary.txt. And this probably isn't exactly what's in the text file, because the updates went by and the English patch improved. So here's loosely what was apparently in that text file. When I realized it, my notebook was filled with pictures of dying cats. Why did I draw cats? Let's think about yesterday. In class, I was drawing with all my might. A fire in a sealed room, lots of white pills, a looped rope. Whatever comes to mind, I draw my notebook one after another. My usual calming work. The more I become engrossed in it, the more methods I can think of. The white margins of my notebook are filled in with more and more pictures. The animal I'm most like is a cat. The group behind me talks happily. I took a test, and that's what it told me. Among the group, age Hattori is the most cheerful. Cat? Cat. Did she say something about being a cat? Cat, cat, cat. Yeah, whatever. Ah, that's right. While thinking such things, my hand was still drawing. I always sit in the middle of the second row from the front. It's my own seat. I realized that the group behind me was discussing me. Of course, it was something negative. It was just that kind of thing. I started to like the pictures of dying cats, so I continued to draw them. The people behind me are talking about me again. Sometimes they break out in laughter. They laugh like I'm some sort of entertainment. Even though I don't really care about it, today I complained to Ito, the other guy, about the conversation. We ended up arguing about it. Ito Gawa Takaru is quite irritating, I thought. I blocked their following conversation from my brain. Therefore, I have no memories of it. So this is... Okay, so hold up. This note is from the perspective of this guy right here. Okay, so the guy to the right, the one who draws all the things in the notebook. Okay, that's a lovely thought. I'm not going to need that open. Anyway. By the way, Ito Takaru seems to have feelings for Age Hattori. We have not seen this character as of yet, so I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, nothing really talks about this character other than this text document, and there's no image files of this character, so I don't think we're missing out on anything. It's very easy to read. Age Hitori seems not to be aware of it. Recently, those two seem to often be alone together. Instantly, I got a good look at that girl. Somehow, she has a white sort of feeling about her, always alone. Okay. The girl I mentioned before. Today I met eyes with her. Not knowing what to do, I reflexively smiled back. The girl made a surprised expression, then quickly looked away. I've started to find the pictures of dying cats fun, so I continue to draw them. About the girl I mentioned before? Apparently her name is Irisu Kyoko. Always alone. I watched her always alone from afar. Wait, so who's... Oh, okay, this is a different person than Agitori. Okay. Yeah, so this is Irisu again. So it seems like this is given more context from the other guy's perspective then. Here's yeah, I saw that in the ending of the base game. She peeks at your notebook unabashedly. Nobody else was in the classroom. I left the notebook behind while using the restroom. When I came back, that kind of scene was spread before me, reflexively hiding myself. I watched that Irisu Kyoko from the shadows, looking at a person's notebook without permission. What a lovely girl. I wait a little while. I enter the classroom again. The Irisu sat quietly as if nothing had happened. You know, good judging off the Metsu ending with the dead rabbit, all these dead cat imagery. It's already very ironic. But didn't this change to dead rabbits at some point, given from Agaha's text file? About Irisu, however I can express it is fine. I'm happy to just watch it. I thought it... I'm sorry, hold on, the fuck? I thought that I'd like to be killed by her. The... Huh? Okay, he's a freak.
Hey guys, I'm leaving this here because I may have jumped the gun calling this guy a freak when reading this the first time around. For some reason, I didn't connect the dots on something he hinted at earlier in previous iterations of seeing this from Uji's perspective. This is the black-haired guy in the photo. Um, yeah, I didn't connect that dots for some reason that this dude was actually legitimately depressed. So as I was reading this, I thought I was reading the diary of a psychopath, but no, it is quite literally as the title of the document is saying suicide rabbit diary. This guy is completely suicidal. He is suffering from what I can assume to be chronic levels of depression, which I, for one, can relate with because I also had levels, although not to this serious degree, mind you, when I hit middle school. So, yeah, I didn't connect that that train of thought. So when he talks about hiding things under his sleeves, uh, well, you can probably we can probably address that there's some measure of self-harm in this guy's story. So just be warned, there is some very intense subjects, but you're watching a horror game, so I bet you probably already knew that. Anyway, that's all I want to say.
Lately, Irisu has always been sitting near me. I have a feeling. I wonder if I'm thinking too much. By near, I mean that she's 4 empty seats away. I wonder if yeah, near. I wonder if there's any meaning to this gap. Huh? Coming back to my seat, I noticed someone had gone through my notebook. I wonder who was looking at it. Though, I wouldn't mind giving them another look. As it continued to happen, I began to understand. Whoever was habitually opening my notebook, they left traces. They were on the pages with the cats drawn on them. I started to draw more and more pictures of dying cats. Certainly there's someone waiting for my pictures. To think that just because of that, my drawing would be much more enjoyable. Drawing pictures of cats became part of everyday life. When it reached to that point, I was making dedicated notebooks. She had already seen 10. I am very confused. Sunny days are passionate, rainy days are tinged with melancholy, windy days overflow with poetry. I disperse cats lives in various ways. That girl's sick about her. I wonder if she's enjoying it. I'm uncomfy. What is going on here? Find this a little unsettling. I haven't had yet any conversation with Irisu, but such things don't matter. We have such dense communication between us. I want to keep a diary of this one-sided exchange forever. Suicide rabbit diary. Oh, okay. Well, this is going to take a turn eventually, right? By the way, there seems to be a foreign picture book with a similar style to my cat drawings. But when I started drawing them, I didn't know. Moreover, the other one seems to have a rabbit theme. Therefore, these notebooks are my own original works. There was a girl who was feeling ill in the corridor. This girl somewhere reminded me of an anemic cat. It was Age Tori. For the time being, it was her. I took her somewhere to rest. That was a mistake. Force its way. I spent a pleasant time like always when a voice called to me from behind. Something or other. His voice was rather loud. Talk so easily. I was thinking those things while listening. I don't really remember what he said. Okay, please. This is getting cryptic again. Wait, there's a whole page for Age Hitori. Hold on, wait, let me look at this. Oh! Age Hitori. Agaha. I'm stupid. We have seen this person. Okay. Yep, this is already reaching in fucking common anime trope already. Ugh. I'm already in the thick of it. Might as well get to the end. Somehow I really don't understand why Ido, Tara, and Heiji's already sitting close to me in class. Though I really don't understand why we started having conversations. I didn't draw pictures of cats. Heiji's is strangely... Agaha is strangely intimate with me, both physically and mentally. Oof. For example, she gets really close to me. At some point she starts calling me by my first name. When I speak, my voice has a gentle tone to it. I carefully choose my words to be meaningless. If I do it this way, I seem to give off a feeling of being neither good nor bad. It seems that through some mistake I've attracted the kind of girl that likes this. Oh God, okay. With the appearance of those two, my chances okay, is this gonna go somewhere? With the appearance of those two, my chances to show Irisu my notebook have sharply decreased. It's extremely troubling. Age Hitori saw the cat pictures to think that she'd look at a person's notebook without permission. What's this? Agatha, I was gonna say, like, Agaha, acts like she's having a bit of fun. On the inside, she's surely confused. I carefully thought my reply. She realized I was sort of that sort of person. Would she stop trying to get close to me? If that happened, then I could show Irisu my illustrations again. What should I do short of I'm that sort of person? I respond to Agaha, there's no particular meaning. Their opinions of me didn't really change. Though I don't really understand why Edo and Agaha and us three are going on a trip. Okay, here we go. I nodded in agreement to something Ito was saying about the place being suitable, and he seemed to leave it at that. I don't really remember what place it was. The trip is over. Aga stuck close to me the entire time. Ito seemed to... Itogawa seemed to pay us more mind than usual, but I just didn't understand what the whole point was. Why did we purposely tire ourselves out? Doing nothing at home is much better. I got a photo of the trip from Agaha. What surprised me was that in the pictures I looked happier than I expected. Those two have started to actively speak to me. I think it's strange. Why do I care so much about being with people I barely know? The hotter seasons eventually come around. It's a matter of time before they think it's strange for me to always be wearing long sleeves. It's not something small enough to hide with a watch. And Was he trying to hide? And when those people realize it, I'll automatically be estranged from them. Till that time, I'll let them misunderstand. I enjoy being with them. I can't find the photo from the trip. Where did I put it? I kept it between the pages of some notebook. Well, whatever. With the appearance of those two, my chances to show my notebook to Irisu have almost disappeared. I want to connect with her somehow, to distract myself from these feelings. I consider reading Irisu's notebook without permission. Irisu's notebook was very interesting. She seems to have written up a nice plan. Irisu seems to think we're going out. I like that. But what impressed me the most was her strong love for rabbits. She's a good, kind, animal-loving girl. It seems that she hates cats. Probably why she was peering at your goddamn notebook, because of the fucking rabbit and cat trauma from the Metsu story. Above all, it seemed that Irisu really looks forward to my notebooks. I'm very happy. Also, her writings were filled with bitterness towards Ito and Agaha. This revelation about her feelings for me made me very happy. Okay, well, whatever. I guess he's not without empathy. Concerning Irisu's plan, to summarize, it's something like this. Irisu, Ito, Agaha, and I go on us four go on trip. She carries out her happy little plan, and she kills Ito and Agaha. The plot is absurd, but I feel her good taste in choosing the names of real people. Maybe a bit late to say that he's empathetic. This guy's a psycho. What am I reading? Library Irisu came to a place where Ito and Agaha and I were sitting together. Though Irisu was a bit nervous, Ito and Agaha treated her kindly. I was pretending to be calm, but I couldn't control my heartbeat. It was only because this was the first time I had heard her voice. I read about this development in her diary. The whole okay, I see. The number of us sitting together increased to four. It was bliss to be together with Irisu. If possible, I wanted to be alone with her and ask her all sorts of questions, but I didn't have the courage to suggest such a thing. There's no doubt about it. The plan in Irisu's notebook is tied to reality. So we have two introverts and two extroverted friends just jumbled up together in a weird mess. Such is life. Agaha's birthday. Four-person trip. A secret surprise party. The events of Irisu's plan one by one become reality. They were not decided by the leadership or proactive proposals of Irisu. Rather, Irisu's reserved words skillfully and progressively controlled their ideas. Irisu approached us in the library. It was the beginning of her plan. The real world will faithfully follow her plan's progression. I thought about it a bit. I suppose that plan was serious. What happens once it's completed? Irisu and I will just be the two of us. In that case, there's nothing really to worry about. Well, it didn't say you would die from this, even though you mentioned prior that you didn't mind if you fucking died and died by her hand, which I find exceptionally strange that was your train of thought. No, that's no good. This plan's no good, Irisu. Let's say you succeed in killing two people, and let's say various other tricks. You erase the evidence that you had come with us on the trip. After that, what would I say to the police? I thought about some more. There's no way for Irisu to change her target to me. Irisu killing me? That's an attractive happy ending. You could say it's my ideal. It would be perfect if Irisu would go together with me, but I'd expect that's asking too much. What the fuck am I reading? This is a long note. This is like a long nondescript note that I should have gotten, and I had to play the game to get 50,000 points for this. I'm not doing that. No, screw you. Her plans for the trip are progressing steadily. Irisa's bunny ear costume was wonderful. Am I reading this from correct? Okay. Essentially, Agaha and I are alone together. Agaha persistently complains about my cat notebooks, but I've been imitating a foreign picture book. I tried to convince her of that. In that case, draw rabbits like in the original. I drew lots of pictures of dying rabbits. Aga gave me a truly great idea. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Considering Irisu's love of rabbits, isn't the answer clear? If I draw pictures of rabbits in my notebook, Irisu during her plan sees that notebook. What would Irisu do to me? I'm excited just by imagining it. Jesus Christ, this guy really wants her to fucking stab him. The fuck? Isn't this rather indirect and roundabout method? I remember the rabbit picture books from somewhere. All these fucking entries. I remember a story a while. This is the final addition to the rabbit drawings. Incidentally, I remember a story from a while ago. My chest hurts. Sharply, violently hurts. The trip is tomorrow. I'll sleep now. And yeah, and then that's the Metsu story. So the girl in the Metsu story was obviously Irisu, no, to the literal surprise of no one, and the boy in that story was, uh, what's this guy's name again? Uji. Here, pages have been torn out. Okay. In a dream, silent red eyes seem to be accusing me of something. I can't get that vision out of my mind. We're about to leave. I want to write down how I feel at this moment. About Ito and Agaha, they're idiots. Aga embraced me with affection. Ito led her to my side. If they knew the reason I hide my wrists, I wonder what kind of reaction they'd have. Would they treat me the same way as they've always done? They probably would, because they're idiots. Aga would become worried or angry like usual, even though she's airheaded enough to mistake tigers for cats. Well, they're kind of just big cats. Edo, being incapable of distrusting someone else, he'd listen warmly, regardless of what I say, and still be kind towards me. I thought that maybe getting Edo and Aga involved in my plan wasn't the best idea. I can say that it was a mistake for Agaha to like me. Edo and Agaha, however you look at it, they're the better pairing. If our situation could become a bit different, wouldn't the four of us end up happily? Maybe, just maybe. If by some means Erisu's plan ends in complete failure, I thought that just trying it wouldn't be so bad. I can fix the sort of ties between us, I can try to change the small world, and then finally I can destroy my past. And if I succeed, then I can search for a better future. Well, something like that. With that, we're leaving. If that's the case, isn't this trip unnecessary? Even now I can start changing the world. For the sake of preventing Irisu's plan, I should push some reason or other to stop the trip. Too much trouble. Well, whatever. And that's it. That is it. That was a long-ass note. But wait. There's a little bit more. Alright. So if you reach 100,000 points in Metsu, there is more lore. I fucking hate this. Why? Alright, hold up. I'm just going to read this. I'm not going to show you the screen. I'm not even going to bother moving OBS. I'm just going to read this straight off because I can't find the actual image. I had to pull up a YouTube video of someone get in this thing, and it's cut off. So there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. I fucking tried. All right, I'm trying. There's I'm not I'm not going to play that goddamn game again until I reach 100K. That is not going to happen. All right, let's just get this out of the way. So what it basically says is it's just a paragraph. I moved a lot as a child, so I never really made any friends. I was so scared of becoming close to someone that eventually I stopped talking. All my classmates and even my teachers shunned me, but I had a friend in the corner of the schoolyard. Every time I got close to the cage, it'd come wobbling over to greet me. In case this wasn't obvious already, this is from the perspective of Irisu in the Metsu cutscenes when they were talking about the lonely rabbit with a missing ear. Alright. I'd reach through the netting and pet its forehead. It liked it. I think it was taken as a weakling by the school, but no one came to see it. It was weak, shy, and covered in scars. Bear in mind, this is very hard to read. I have to squint to read this. Half of one ear was torn off. There was a cat at the school too. Everyone played with it. I got sick whenever I played with the cat. Yeah, 'cause she's allergic to cats, apparently. So I stayed away from it and everyone else. That boy showed up to help one day. Apparently, he lost a bet, and that's how I started to like him. Maybe I was being what? Hold on, wait. When did this happen? Didn't he avoid her? Apparently, he lost a bet. That's how I started to like him. Maybe I was being selfish, but I slowly got closer and closer to him. In the middle of those dark and gloomy days, being with him may have been the only happy moment of my childhood. One day I came to my friend's cage to settle it down. The door was open in the middle of the cage. I saw red liquid splattered all over. All that remained in the cage was its severed head and the cat licking the remains. That cat. Okay, cool. That's a little messed up, but yeah, that was apparently told from Arisu's perspective. There is no god out there where I'm going to get that document or wherever. It's not even a document; it's a screenshot that you only see for half a frame in the game. But there's no god out there that's going to allow me to get that legit. So, yep, there you go. And lastly, there is a weird text file. I can't figure out how to unlock it, but I discovered this while doing research. I'm going to throw this on screen. This is called used in art class.txt. And it's basically, well, I'll read it. Cutting off the rabbit's head with a saw is a terrible deed. This is also probably from that psychopath that I was talking about in the last note, Uji. So apparently, Uji was the one responsible for the rabbit's death, ironically. He's just kind of blocked it out, I guess. While listening to the sound of pouring rain, I get to work. Even though its body is small, its flesh and bones are unexpectedly tough. My hands have been covered with blood and fat and fluids I can't identify. Making a grinding sound, the blade progresses bit by bit. This is probably why he hides his wrists or something. He's got like a hidden blade or a knife somewhere in there. Before long, the rabbit's head is separated from its body. I just leave the rabbit's head on the ground. Silently, the rabbit feels like it's staring at me. Carrying the body of the rabbit, I left the cage while being drenched by rain. Yeah, you lost a bet, huh? Asshole. I head for a corner of the schoolyard. I hid the rabbit's body in a bush in the corner to the wash basin. Clean my hands and the saw. So when the teachers told you it was just a wild dog, you knew better because you were the one who did the deed. Fucking asshole. Carefully, every nook and cranny. Carefully to leave no traces. Carefully. Chris, these are some fucked up kids. At that point, I opened my eyes. It's been a long time since I've seen that dream. Early that morning, I went to see how that rabbit was. I chose a time when I would not interrupt the girl's visit. When I looked at the cage, the rabbit was dead. Dead as if it were sleeping. As if it had gotten tired of living. What will come of this rabbit's death? I imagined the future. An empty cage. The rabbit, life and death forgotten. The girl once again completely alone. The future is no good. I felt that way. The key to the cage, in the locker in the corner of the schoolyard. The moment I remembered it, I ran with all my strength, in order to change the future, by any means necessary. Without my noticing, rain began to pour down. While running breathlessly at full speed, various thoughts ran through my head. The rabbit silently vanished without anyone noticing. I wanted somebody to hold its memory in their heart. Even if only in memories, I wanted them to feel sorry for it. If in whatever form the rabbit became a topic of conversation. The girl who often took care of the rabbit would be able to talk with everyone. That would surely be a change for her to fit in. Various thoughts ran through my head. Eh. Reactions right. After that, talk about the certainly increased. That's scary. We should be careful. That's all that they said. The true center of the conversation was the lost cat. A few days later, the cat came back to school. Everyone was very pleased. As for the rabbit, everyone had already forgotten it. What happened to the girl? I'll never know. After the rabbit died, nobody saw her again. Were my actions right? In the end, I couldn't change the future. If nobody else, I at least will keep that scarred rabbit deeply carved into myself. Was So, as you can see, this is I missed this note. This is a text file you get after you get a score of 40,000 or higher in the normal game mode, which I sucked at. Those two are happily talking again. It's annoying, noisy. Those two next to me are noisy. What in the world is so much fun? I wish everyone would just die. Today my eyes met with the lone boy's. He gave me a nod with a bit of an embarrassed smile. He was cute. Ujima Satoshi-kun, that was the kid with the cute smile. The gentle kid who even gave a kind smile to someone like me. He's always alone, just like me. One day I picked at Ujima's notebook. There a strange world was spread before me. Many pencil drawings. A cat cooking on an earthen brazier in a sealed room, a cat flying a kite in a thunderstorm, a cat killing himself slowly with tobacco smoke, a cat struck in the head with a falling bullet shot straight from a gun. Illustrations express such hatred towards cats were lined up. He's like me, a person with the same feelings. The time that our eyes met was fate. Oh God. You might want to rethink fate, miss. And since that day, Ujima-kun and I have been together. These lectures are one chance I have to be happy together with Ujima. We always sit 4 empty seats apart. Yeah, near. Yeah, very near. Near. Nearby. Near. I love that I can feel him through this odd sense of distance. Recently, I have been referring to him as Uji. Huh? Okay, well, thankfully this was a lot shorter of an entry. Uji and I met several times a week, sharing the same place and time. It's been so long since I felt this happy. Yes, not since the time I would play with it in an elementary school. The rabbit. The distance between us now is like a wire mesh from back then. I won't let anything rip through this mesh. I won't allow it. It won't happen this time. There's nobody coming between us. Uji won't be eaten up. Oof. That is a strange metaphor, miss. I haven't talked to Uji yet, but sometimes me. I wonder if from there will come the you from Uji is the you from Usagi. Recently, that girl has gotten too familiar with Uji. That girl with a high-pitched voice like a cat's. What is this? Lately, that annoying idiot and cat girl have been doing things with Uji. What is this? I can hear them talking. 3 of them are going on a trip. What is this? What is this? Leaving me alone? Taking Uji along as you please? What do you think a person's loved one is? That thieving cat. The coughing won't stop. After all that's happened, I finally understand what I need to do. Each one of them has to. Oh boy. Plan has been refined. Them and us four, will go on a trip to a remote area. I will Aga and Ito Gawa. I will thoroughly erase all evidence of my presence, hiding myself while I pull the strings behind the scenes of this trip. They will die a mysterious death and be disposed of and eventually forgotten, and Uji will become mine alone. Oh my god. Okay, well, I can't say I didn't expect this. Ugh. I didn't expect I can't say I didn't expect to read shit like this from a game with illustrations like that. Is few gaps, but it's a nearly perfect plan. The largest hurdle is building enough of a relationship to travel with them, at the same time winning the right control to travel plans. Little by little, I'll fill the distance between us. I'm bad at this kind of thing, though. I hate it. It's fine. I can't do it if I can do it if it's for Uji's sake. Exams, library, opposite me, those three are laughing about not knowing anything for tomorrow's ethics test or something. I make an effort to modestly address them. Three of them stop their conversation, look over with puzzled expressions. This moment of being stared at is unbearable. Although an unpleasant feeling sticks in my chest. It's fine. I can do it if it's for Uji's sake. I'll feel okay. I certainly went down. This time I certainly went down the rabbit hole. Hey, that's my joke. It's mad, isn't it? Yes, it's mad. While soaking in the tub, I reread my notes. This is too ridiculous. A perfect crime? First of all, I was being strange at the time when I wrote the plan down. Erase the evidence? Stupid. Like I could do something like that. The finely torn notes form a narrow, round, miniature tower on the top of the drain. I stare fixedly as if the light a fire which would slowly spread into a blaze. Goodbye to the confused me of the past. Nevertheless, I go so far as to organize that strange surprise party. It may be better to evaluate myself. How dare I deceive everyone? Also, my weapon choice was good sense. A blackjack in the form of a durable stocking amply stuffed with rocks and soil. Not bad for a beautiful compact weapon I can easily make anywhere. Breaking open a packet of medicine, I smoothly poured the white granules into my mouth. I sense a cool sensation inside my mouth spreading until it reaches my brain. I felt myself breathing a bit easier. The reason I couldn't go through with it was just because of my feelings. I intently destroy odd things in the cold, inhuman reality of the strange world on the back of my eyelids. It's a game I played my entire life, ever since my lonely childhood. As I play this game and calm my heart, my feelings and insecurity have somehow disappeared. Now I want to thank such fickleness of mine from the bottom of my heart. I almost crossed the point where I could no longer undo my mistakes. At that point, I was utterly strange. Finally, there's no need to lure my loved one to the scene, and that stupid guy, he's an idiot but harmless. There's no need to do anything to him. The target is that cat. Her alone is good enough. Breaking open a packet of cough medicine, I smoothly pour the white granules in my mouth. This makes 30 packets! Epinephrine, Codrin, fly into the medulla oblongata. Oh my god, I'm too tired to read that correctly, and sympathetic nerves in my hazy, drunken brain. Thoughts spin and turn. Please, don't tell me this is going to end with her ODing. And looking to entertain myself. This time I feel not clear. This time. So the equation, I'll doggedly attempt to construct a flawless plan, and if I succeed, I'll admire those beautiful drawings together. Okay. Yep. And I think that's it. That is it. That is everything to Irisu syndrome. Fuck! If it wasn't so hard to get these text files, I would have had a much better time with this game. Uh, so regrettably, I don't have the most positive mindset in my mind. Regardless, it was alright. The gameplay is very zen, I can say that much. But it was a very different kind of game. I'm kind of sad there wasn't a whole lot of fourth wall breaks like I was expecting from, a game that was described it like I'm scared. Uh But, yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave this off. Jesus Christ. This was a long fucking road. Anyway, this is where I'm leaving it. Uh, Farewell, everyone, and goodbye.